Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week live on Facebook. Today I want to talk about the concept of comfort zones. Now I think we've all heard about this idea of comfort zones or having to break out of comfort zones in order to reach a goal that we want to attain. In fact, I think coaches and authors and whatever have said for decades that that's an important part of what we need to do to reach the goals that we want. And I would agree. I think when I reflect back on my own life, the times when I've had the biggest breakthroughs are the times when I was able to successfully get out of my comfort zones. However, there's something about comfort zones I think we sometimes miss. I think sometimes comfort zones get a bad rap. When I've had a long day of work and I want to go sit down on my Chase Lounge and watch Sports Center or read a book or connect with a family or friend, I'm kind of in a comfort zone. So they're not necessarily bad, but where they do limit us is when we pitch a tent there or we build a 4-bedroom home. It's about staying in that comfort zone. And the reason that many of the times that we stay in our comfort zones is because we start an adventure, and in fact, I'm sure you've had this. You start an adventure, you're super excited, and but then after a while, or maybe even a short while, your enthusiasm begins to wane. And in fact, the Japanese call that boto no iu. Thanks to Brian Johnson from Optimize for that. It means hero at the beginning. We have this tremendous amount of enthusiasm, but then it wanes when obstacles or enthusiasm begins to wane. So how can we overcome that? How can we consistently move through our comfort zones? Well, it's something I call the 1% solution. The 1% solution. So let me give you an example. Let's say there's a person who wants to release some weight. They've been sedentary for quite some time, and what they decide to do is they're going to start working out and they're going to commit to going to the gym 6 days a week for 2 hours at a time. And that works for a couple of days until the soreness and the lactic acid set in. And so they'll stop training. And many times what will happen is they won't only stop, they might even get worse in terms of their habits than they were before. You see, when that happens, in that case, what they did is they moved from their comfort zone to their panic zone. It was so out of their comfort zone. It was such a shock to the system, they weren't able to maintain it. But high performance coach Lanny Basham talks about a concept. He says, moving into the stretch zone. The stretch zone. So in this example is rather than go to the gym 6 days a week for 2 hours at a time, what this person would commit to is maybe walking around the block for 20 minutes, 3 days a week. And then once that 20 minutes starts getting comfortable, then they go to 30. And then maybe they start adding some resistance training. You see, what ends up happening is we start small, but we stay consistent. And that's the 1% solution. Now, why 1%? Well, many scientists will say that any kind of breakthrough that we want to have through consistent effort over time, it's anywhere from a 1% to a 4% increase per day. And if you don't think that can add up, let me shoot these numbers at you. If you had something that you wanted to get better at or you wanted to have a breakthrough in, and you committed to getting 1% better each day over the course of a year, just 1% better each day over the course of the year. At the end of 365 days, you'd be 37 times better than when you started. Now, if you continued that momentum and you moved into a second year and you continued to move at a 1% clip increase per day, many of us would think we're 74 times better, but that's not how it works. It compounds. We'd actually be 1,400 times better. And if you did that over the span of 5 years and you got only 1% better each day for 5 years, you'd be 76 million times better than when you started. See, it compounds. So that's my challenge for all of us this week. What is an area in your life where you want to have a breakthrough or you want to have a better experience or you want to show up as even being a better leader or a better human being? And where can you start with small incremental steps to get out of that comfort zone by just 1% a day? Because what we all know is that small, consistent efforts over time can lead to great results. So that's my challenge for all of us, myself included this week, my friends, is where can we apply the 1% solution to getting out of our comfort zones, move into the stretch zone, and move into the places where we really desire to be. So there you have it, my friends. Again, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it, please share it with friends, make comments too, because I'd love to hear your feedback. And also, if you're interested, I have a link at the end of this, which is you go to my website, and it's something I call the top 10 big ideas to become a black belt leader. And these are ways you can also use to get out of your comfort zone. So this has been Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching, and I will see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.